I married a sociopath and a narcissist, part 2. So like I said in the last episode, I've just met the sociopath for the first time in a bar down by the harbour because I am one of the dancers that was booked to do his friend's stag party. He's asked me for my telephone number, not him directly. He gets one of his minions or his emissaries or one of his mates to come and ask me for my telephone number, which was strange really because there was no conversation all night, there was no introduction. He was just like watching and waiting and yeah, it was all very calculated and very predatory, and there was a load of red flags waving in plain sight. But did I take heed? Nope, did a fuck. So I handed over my telephone number and finished the job and got in my car and drove home. I think it took me about just over an hour and a bit to get home from Aberdeen to Elgin. And it was about 4 a.m. in the morning I get a telephone call. And it's, let's call him Agent of Chaos. It's Agent of Chaos on the phone, and he's, hey, how you doing? And that's another red flag, isn't it? Because he was just testing the boundaries, you know, because it's all right to phone people at 4 a.m. in the morning, isn't it? Yeah, especially people that don't have boundaries. And yeah, I passed the test, didn't I? So he asked me if I wanted to yeah, that's the thing. There was not really any small talk. So he just went right in and, like I says, asked me if I wanted to be his plus one for his friend's wedding. And I was like, oh God, I'll have to think about that. So he goes, oh, go on, I'll buy you an outfit. And I'm like, oh, bribery, nice touch. And I was like, do you not think there should be a little bit of an icebreaker first, you know, meet for a drink or something? It's like, good idea. How's about next week? And I'm like, well, I'm actually in Aberdeen next week. I'm doing a gig at the casino. I could swing in past, meet you at a bar for a drink beforehand if you want. He says, great idea. There's this little bar I know just beside my flat. It's called Cheers, Darling. You're gonna regret this later. And I'm like, amazing. It screams trauma. I'll be there. So yeah, the date was set and I met him the following week for a drink at this bar. And it's the weirdest thing ever because when I walked in, there he was, very stiff looking in his Versace leather jacket, Versace top, Versace jeans, Versace shoes. And he whisked out his Versace wallet, which was adorned with £50 and £100 notes. Very grandiose, very ostentatious, over the top, per se. And yeah, it was all staged. Very performative. So I had a soft drink because I was driving, and he says, where are you staying this evening? And I'm like, I'm going to be staying at the agent's house, the guy that's booked me for the job. He says I could stay in his spare room. And he says, oh, no, I insist you can come back and stay at mine. I'm like, I don't even know you. Here we go again, you know, testing the boundaries. But I didn't think like it. I just thought, no, I don't really know you that well. But he was very insistent, and he's over again. I'll sleep on the sofa. You can have my bed. You know, it's all very above board. And I think I just agreed to get him off my back and off a toddled and to the gig at the casino for the Chinese gamblers. And that was a weird night as well because one of the guys that had booked us offered me £10,000 to sleep with him. Yes, apparently he had a penchant for redheads, and I at the time was a redhead. In fact, Red was my dancing name. It was my stripper name. So, who says fetish doesn't pay? And all the girls that I was dancing with, like, go on, just take it. And I thought, for a nanosecond, and I was like, no, I couldn't. That'd be like No, that'd be like selling my soul to the devil, wouldn't it, really? And which was ironic, really, because that's pretty much what happened next, you know. Not on that night, but not long after that. That's pretty much what happened. So I declined my Chinese admirer, grabbed my stuff and made my way to the agent's house that I was working at and to stay the night. And even staying at his was a bit of a risk because he was a notorious womanizer. But when morning had arrived and no one had jumped into my bed, I was like, yes, success. Thanks for watching. Toodaloo.